Welcome. It has been Raw in Belfast, North Ireland. This is your post show here on Fightful. I'm Phil Lindsey. Of course, I'm joined by Cresta Star. I feel like it's been a minute since we've done anything live. How are you?
I'm doing well. They're trying to keep two baddies down, and they can't keep us down. I hope you're doing good too, Phil.
Yeah, Martin Luther King Day. King celebrate. You know what time it you know what time it is. But yeah, send in your super chats. We're gonna get into this show. Um, what did you think of this Raw overall? I thought that the pacing was a bit weird. I don't think they've quite figured out the pace for Raw on Netflix this year. A lot of people had complaints about the episode with the Stranger Things collaboration. And I feel like
hmm
since then there's been similar issues with Raw with just the pacing of the show, when to put ads in. Sometimes the matches are a bit slow. But what do you think?
I mean, overall, in my opinion, it was fine. Um, there were bright moments, and definitely, like you said, the pacing I think is just an issue with WWE overall. With introducing a guy, their music plays, commercial, then you come back, there's a segment, then there might be another segment, and then it's the person that you could just do all of that before or after. But besides that, it was an okay episode. My favorite parts of the episode was Paul Heyman harassing Adam Pierce all night.
Yeah, yeah, we'll get into that in a few. Uh, Paulie seems to have some kind of ace up his sleeve. Not quite sure what that is, but definitely seems like he called the upper management. 'Cause can't technically call it management because
That's management right
Pierce is
there.
management. So he called the other manager like upper management.
Called
But yeah, like
Triple
it's
H.
yeah. Uh, Yeah, Triple H. By the way, getting that clip of Triple H explaining the R Truth thing that hit the internet today, and then it was also on Raw. That was an interesting choice.
I muted that because I'm not gonna let you lie to me in 4K. When every time WWE Unreal stuff comes on, I mute it. You're not gonna lie to me. You take your men's total divas and go somewhere else.
Yeah, yeah. The way that they were trying to explain the R Truth situation, I was just like, I don't know that we needed that, but I guess that's for somebody. But nonetheless, send us in your super chats. That's the best way to get your chats read on this post show. You can also send us a humper chat at humperchats.com/fightful. We started off with Gunther opening the show. He came out, got a solid reaction, and then that set up the confrontation with AJ Styles. Towards the tail end of this, Gunther officially challenged AJ Styles to a retirement match at Royal Rumble in 2 weeks in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. Still feels very surreal that Royal Rumble will be in Saudi Arabia. But what did you think of this opening segment?
Man, Gunther is the perfect guy. I've been complaining about people being cool heels like Trick Williams. This guy is a heel. He don't care. I don't care that you don't like it. I'm still getting paid. I'm still here. I live for that. When he was like, I have no incentive to fight you, AJ, I was like, damn, but he ate that. He's kind of right. I was I beat you. When AJ also said, I you didn't beat me, I beat me. All I could think of is I didn't screw Brett. Brett screwed Brett. I was like, yo, what are we doing here? It popped me. I won't lie. I don't know if AJ retires. I'm gonna be real with you. I think there's a world where Gunther can lose and maybe Gunther and AJ gets a run back and then he retires more towards the end or the middle of the year. But to retire at the beginning of the year seems a little hasty. I could see him retiring from WWE and then doing something for TNA, but I don't know. Stranger things have happened.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that Gunther has really been killing this character since the retirement match with John Cena. I think that he has really capitalized on the reactions that he's getting from the crowd. And my only concern, and it's not really a concern, it's kind of a gripe. Yeah, it's a gripe. We'll go
Mhm.
with a gripe. My only gripe here is I don't know why they didn't just wait until Royal Rumble to do the match. Why did they book a match 2 weeks ahead of time where you can now put on this whole extra aspect of the story that AJ made Gunther tap, but he just tricked the referee? Why not just, continue to tease this out until we get to the pay-per-view and just do one match at the pay-per-view?
I guess to build hype for it, I could see people saying, well, that came out of left field. I didn't mind Gunther tapping, the ref not seeing it. The refs have been getting it bad in WWE for the past couple of shows. I will say that. But I didn't mind it so much. When is Royal Rumble? Saturday night's main event is Saturday. When is Royal Rumble?
It's January 31st. So it's in 2 weeks.
It's about 2 weeks. I do kind of wish they would have not so much dragged it out, but not rushed it where it's 2 weeks out that you're going to do this. I do wish that they started this maybe back in December so it could build up and culminate at Royal Rumble. It just kind of feels rushed. But I feel like that's a WWE thing. I either rush it or I drag it for 9,000 days, no less.
Yes. But yeah, Royal Rumble is quickly going to be upon us. It's next Saturday, January 31st. We now have a few matches set up. Like I said, the challenge was set out here for the retirement match. That played out for the rest of the night. By the end of the night, AJ had said that he needed to go and talk to his wife. He then came back, talked to Pierce later in the night, and said, yeah, that was the first time in a while I've heard my wife curse. And, she said exactly what I needed to hear. Go beat this guy's ass. And he accepted it. Match is officially set. AJ Styles versus Gunther in a retirement match. You now have Gunther coming into this after retiring John Cena last year and Bill Goldberg. So, yeah, this is I think that with where we're at with AJ Styles, AJ has obviously said this is going to be his last year as a pro wrestler. That adds a lot of intrigue to this match. But where do you go with Gunther if he loses this match? Because I don't necessarily believe that this is it. I don't think that AJ Styles is going to retire at the beginning of 2026.
No, I agree with that 4,000%. I do think Gunther can lose. I think right now he's pretty bulletproof because I think that maybe this is me fantasy booking, but in my mind, Gunther now is the new legend killer until Randy's like, all right, that's my thing. And then those two have a match, which actually I wouldn't hate too much. But I do see a world, since AJ already said he's going to retire, where Gunther retires. But I think in the Royal Rumble, if they do put AJ over, I see a world where AJ's like, I'm going to retire when I feel like it. I still got it. I'm not these other guys. I could see that. But I don't know. AJ definitely getting retired by Gunther, though. That's definitely happening. I just don't think at the Royal Rumble.
No, I just can't see them retiring him to start the year. And I definitely don't think he's going to retire in Saudi Arabia. Like, is that the headline you want coming out of this show? AJ Styles retires in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. I don't know.
He still got TNA stuff to do.
Sure he does. Sure. We do have one super chat here from Crush316. He says, do you think AJ actually retires at the Rumble? When he does retire, do you think his last match is in WWE or somewhere else? Yeah, I do think he's going to retire a WWE wrestler. I do think his last match will be with WWE. I just don't believe it's going to be at Royal Rumble.
Yeah. I agree with everything Phil just said. Absolutely.
Up next, we got our first match of the night. We got Becky Lynch defending the Women's Intercontinental Championship against Maxxine Dupri. They've done this match now 6 times. You squeezed all of the juice you could out of this rivalry between Maxxine and Becky Lynch. And I do think that they had some good chemistry to start this thing. I do think initially it did a lot for Maxxine. But it's just time. I thought that during the entrances for this match, I was like, it's time. It's time to move on and do something else with both of these women. And yeah, Maxxine came out with Natalya, and that's going to play into the finish of this match. But it was a bit jarring when they came out because Natalya came out with a new hat. It made me think of the episode of Simpsons with Malibu Stacy. Well, it's Malibu Stacy. It's a new doll, but it's got a new hat. So she comes out with the hat, and it's more of Natalya as a WWE wrestler. And because she's been doing the low key legend thing with GCW and her indie appearances, and even in the vignettes that they were doing with her and Maxxine, she was doing that same character. It was like, okay, well, why isn't she just coming out as the low key legend? Why is she back to just being Natalya? That was very confusing for me.
Hmm. No, I won't lie. Even in the promo before, when they were like, I'm going to go outside with you, my sports senses were tingling like, what's going on? Okay, maybe I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. But when she turned to her, I was like, Natalya.
I mean,
Hey, listen, it's something fresh, but I also was like, Natalya, well, come on, you're not you. That's indie you. That's not you. I did like everyone's gear. Everyone's gear in involved in this was fantastic. I lived for it. It just, yeah, Natalya. If it was Charlotte, I could see it. But I don't want to believe. But I'm here for a heel natty. I just worry for Maxxine. I hope this isn't Maxxine. Was Maxine's one chance to get it over, you know? I just hope that's not the case. But I'm excited for Natty for what it's worth.
yeah, we're gonna get this guy into a timeout. I don't know what he's talking about, but we're gonna slide you right
Get
on the
this
body.
guy out of here.
Boo, tomato, tomato for you. But yeah, yeah, I was wondering during the entire entrances, like, why isn't Natty just Natty Neihart, the low key legend, coming in? And we got our answer by the end of the match.
Yeah.
I wasn't the biggest fan of Becky Lynch's new theme initially, but it's really grown on me. I think her presentation at the heel is really good. I think her character work at the heel has been fantastic. And I thought this match was strong for the most part. It still feels like Maxxine is a bit rough around the edges, but because these two have wrestled so many times, Becky really pushed and tried her best to get the best match out as possible out of this. But the outcome was pretty predictable for me. I didn't see Becky winning the belt back and then immediately dropping it back to Maxxine.
Yeah.
The match was strong for what it was, but Becky picked up the win with a bit of interference. The execution of the turn it didn't really work for me. It didn't really.
It was very sports entertaining. The ending of it, even to the dragging out of beating up Maxxine, was very sports entertainment.
Yeah. Natalya, as we said, walked Maxxine out to the ring, and in the closing stretch of this match, when it looked like Maxxine was going to pick up the win, Natty took Becky's foot and put it on the rope right in front of Maxine's face, made sure that she saw it. It kind of seemed like the ref saw it as well, and that's why I was like, I don't know if that works. The ref was like standing right there, but I guess he didn't see it. Maybe she did it fast enough so he didn't see it. But Maxxine then jumped up and was like, Natty, why? Why, Natty? And then, of course, we got the manhandle slam right after that. Becky picks up the win. She's still your women's intercontinental champion.
Why?
Then afterwards, we get
why?
Then afterwards, we get the beatdown segment. Natty rolls into the ring, beats down on Maxxine, puts her in the sharpshooter, then comes back and beats down on her a little bit more. The acting here wasn't great. And I just think overall, like, the execution of the turn wasn't really good. But if this means we are going to get the low-key legend character on WWE television, I am excited for that because I do think that Natalya has been in long need of a refresh. I do think she needs something else. And the low-key legend character was so good in all of the times I've seen her it was GCW or elsewhere. I've been like, why can't she just do that over here? It's fresh, it's new. Even in the vignettes that they were airing with Maxxine, it was a nice change of pace. So I'm glad we're going in that direction. I'm glad that we already have a ready-made feud for Maxxine coming out of this. So it's not just, all right, Maxxine got elevated into the Intercontinental title picture and she's just going to go away now.
No, totally agree with that. I see someone mentioning in the chat, I was about to bring it up, but the crowd was also so dead for this heel turn. Not a boo, not a cheer, just indifference. And that was sad because I'm excited for it. But I guess because, like you said, everyone expected it. Like, okay, you're going to beat up Maxxine. I don't like how it was executed, but I'm excited for what the outcome could be.
Yeah, I think the crowd reacted that way because the execution wasn't great. It didn't really feel believable. I didn't think the acting was great. Um, yeah, it didn't really feel like a believable beatdown. It just felt like Natty has put moves on her, and we're supposed to boo, and it just didn't really hit. But I think that once they completely changed the presentation for Natty, and change her around, she's coming out with the French braid. She's coming out with like the black gear. Maybe
Hmm.
it'll change around, but yeah, this crowd didn't really care.
Yeah, not at all. Not at all.
But yeah, I think the development exciting that we are going to get possibly Natty as the low key legend. What this means for Maxxine moving forward. Curious what the next big feud is for Becky. Seems like we've been circling around this AJ Lee one-on-one match for a while. I'm not sure where that's going to happen. Maybe they're
Hmm.
trying to drag it out all the way to WrestleMania. I don't know if that's the best decision. I think we should probably get to it sooner, but
Or
what
at
do you
least
think?
have them one on one. Even if it's like an exhibition that gets a DQ, y'all love DQs. Even that, I think, like you said, we've been circling around it. Everyone wants to see Becky versus AJ. And if not, at least give us something different. I wouldn't mind a Roxanne Perez versus Becky Lynch. I wouldn't mind even low key legend Natty getting into a feud with Becky Lynch and Maxxine be the reason why she doesn't win the Intercontinental Championship. I'm just looking for something fresh for both of them because I love Becky Lynch. I'm a Becky Lynch
Mm-hmm.
apologist. She could go face, heel, whatever it is. I think it's great. I just don't know. I don't know what we do here. Because I think the other problem is too, there's a lot of girls in the undercard that don't get used. So you come for a loss of words. You're like, who am I going to pick? Who am I going to pick? And then they pull someone like, oh, I forgot you worked here, which is kind of sad on creative's part.
Yeah. Yeah, but I think like if nothing else, I'm excited that we're moving on to new feuds for both of these women. We are getting more of Natty on TV. Those things all sound great. Wasn't thrilled with how we got here at the end of this match, but it is what it is. We got Jey Uso coming out and doing his entrance without Jimmy. Um, Very interesting. I keep wondering, are they going to change the theme song because Jay is still coming out to his theme song as a singles wrestler, still doing the same entrance and everything. And every time he does it, I'm like, but it isn't just you anymore. You're in a tag team. You're tag team champions with your twin brother now. So it is not just you. When are we going to change that?
When they stop making money off of Yeet.
Well, there you have it. Yeah, and that's not gonna happen. We just got the promotion for that YouTube thing they're doing, where it's Yeet with an A, and it's like them talking about
What?
barbecue. You haven't seen this?
Listen,
You haven't seen?
I have been so far in the drizzling poops because of TNA. I literally can't absorb any more sports pain. I can't. I can't.
Yeah, yeah. That this was just announced recently. Um, they're doing some kind of thing together where they talk about barbecue. I believe it's gonna be on YouTube. Um, I now have to find it now. Bear
I
with me.
believe you. For what it's worth, I absolutely believe you. But I was kind of memeing when I said, "Oh, once they start making money from it." No, they're getting that blood from the stone. Holy crap.
That
Yikes.
I mean, we're getting as much as we can out of the Yeet merch, out of uh out of Yeet. I mean, they are milking this thing. Yeah. Uh,
Prison.
press. I can't find it, so I don't want to keep looking for it, and
It's all
it
good.
is
I
what it is.
respect it.
But but yeah, they're apparently doing something together. Yeet with an A, and that's yeah. But that is not the thing to talk about out of this. Jey Uso officially declared he will be entering the Royal Rumble. Of course, he was the 2025 Men's Royal Rumble winner, and so yeah, immediately that second into WrestleMania to win a world championship again, possibly get a chance to main event the show again. But he is one half of the world tag champions. Yeah, see, Jeremy knows what I'm talking about. Jeremy's got it here. He says, it's called Yeet Meets Meats on WWE's YouTube channel. Yeah, it's what. Yeah, I guess that's the thing.
Hate it,
they'll be talking about barbecue on there, but yeah. So Jay. Hey, why not, man? It's just synergy.
I can't hate it. Why can't I hate it?
But yeah,
Jay
Uso is re-enter.
I think either you or me are lagging
Why not?
because every time you go to talk, I cut you off.
Yeah, I'm assuming it stopped.
Can you hear me now?
I can.
Okay, fine. It's only 5 seconds. Let's go.
Yeah, but hold on. Do we have a run-in? Might have a run-in. But yeah, Yeet is the thing, but Royal Rumble, Jey Uso. What are you thinking of Jey Uso's chances of winning the Rumble? If not Jey Uso, who is your pick to win the men's Rumble this year? Because I am struggling to think of who has the momentum to win this thing at this point.
I do not know who wins the Rumble, if I'm being completely honest with you. I don't see Jey Uso winning it. I don't see Gunther winning it. There's a lot of moving parts. I'm a Joe Hendry stan. I would like to believe that where TNA failed, they're going to again sit in the proverbial, it's not after 10 o'clock, the proverbial, you're going to watch me take your wife chair. And I could see them pushing Joe Hendry. I don't know if it'll be successful, but I would like that. And I don't know if that's a fever dream, but I don't know. Everybody else's story is intertwined. And I think that Joe Hendry still has enough momentum that if you're smart about it, you get the people, I believe in Joe Hendry. So I don't know. Because I do see in chat people like Braun Breaker or Cody, but these guys are also wrapped up in something where somebody who's wrapped up with them is going to eliminate them. It might have to be somebody who's like far out of left field, and Cody nor Breaker needs it.
Yes. We got a vignette at one point. We got a vignette at one point to tease Obafemi's debut on the main roster. I thought that was great. I'm assuming he's going to debut in the Men's Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
I don't see Oba winning it, though. And that's what I'm saying. I think there are a lot of interesting moving parts going into the Men's Rumble. That could also be where Powerhouse Hobbs debuts, if he does indeed jump to WWE. You've got Jericho on the board, possibly to make a surprise debut, return. But like the wrestlers that are currently on the main roster, I don't know who I see right now that has momentum to win this thing in 2 weeks. Braun Breaker makes a ton of sense, but that's kind of it. I think coming into the year, I kept saying that Sami Zayn was my pick, but Sami is in a 4-way for Saturday night's main event this weekend. And based off the stuff that we got off of SmackDown, I do think that Sami's going to win and get the match against Drew McIntyre. So I don't even think he's going to be in the Rumble.
That's a good point. What about Dirty Dom?
I mean, he's still injured. We don't have a status update on him yet. That would be a wild outcome to all of this.
That would be so funny. I'd laugh. It'd be different. Okay,
that's what we heard last year.
What was the worst that could happen?
That's what we heard last year, that this is something different. They're going with a new face in Jey Uso. And, yeah, that didn't really pan out. So...
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. That's fair.
Maybe Roman could pick up the win here. But...
yeah, because this is WWE. The guy who doesn't need it or the girl who doesn't need it is your Royal Rumble winner.
Yes. I have a hard time predicting this year's Royal Rumble winner. Um,
Yeah.
but maybe if you guys have a better idea than I do, you can always check out my bookie and place your bets on who you think is winning this year's Royal Rumble.
My bookie AG. Bet on anything, anywhere, anytime, including pro wrestling. If you're watching this show, there's probably a pretty good opportunity that you have a little bit of insight on the pro wrestling world. You boys have hit a lot of lock picks over the last couple years. I know many of you have as well. If you think you know more than the average wrestling fan, head over to mybookie.ag. Get a $50 bonus with a $100 deposit or a $100 bonus with a $200 deposit with the code FIGHTFUL. It doesn't stop there. There's UFC, there's tons of other sports, there's live casino, there's table games. They're providing you the best experience from the best. Use that code FIGHTFUL at mybookie.ag. Only bet what you can, and please bet responsibly. But head over there, check out their bonus offers, check out all the great opportunities they have for you at MyBookie AG.
Check out mybookie.ag for all of your betting needs. Of course, as always, bet responsibly. Um, yeah, I guess it is a great thing at this point that this year's Rumble is wide open. But yeah, at this point, I have no idea who's winning this thing. And that could be good. This could be a good surprise. And I think we've
Yeah.
been really in need of like a big like upset win in a Royal Rumble. I mean, I know we got one in Jey Uso, but I think this year you could do something really interesting with both the men's and women's Rumble.
Man, I'm going to champion Jordan Grace women winning the women's Royal Rumble. I think she's
Mm.
fantastic. I love her. I think that she has so much to offer the whole division as a whole. I don't know if there's any other woman that they have surprise coming in, but my pick for the women's Royal Rumble is going to be Jordan Grace. I saw someone say Logan Paul in chat, and if this was my chat, I'd ban you because don't put that on us, Ricky Bobby.
I think Jordan's a good pick. Yeah, the women's Rumble. I think that one's even harder to predict for me at the moment because they haven't really put anybody out there that feels like a standout right now, and I don't even know like what are the top women feuds going into WrestleMania right now. Like on the men's side, I could assume it's possibly still going to be Cody versus Roman. I know we got that report recently that that's off the table, but I'm not so certain. I still feel like
Mm.
we're heading to Cody versus Roman 3. Um, I'm not sure what the big feud is for the women though, and that makes it a bit harder to predict the winner for the women's Royal Rumble. I see people in the chat saying Liv. I think with where Liv has been since she's returned and the reactions to Liv, I think she makes a ton of sense. But what's the match if you're going with Liv?
I see a world where Chelsea Green wins Money in the Bank because she was an insufferable US champion. And imagine Chelsea Green as an insufferable Money in the Bank. It'd be fantastic. Even if she doesn't cash in successfully, she's going to make the best out of that situation. I could see a world where Chelsea Green wins that. And the Money in the Bank merge, just like the Secret Hervis. Come on. Come on. Oh, she would be great for that.
Yeah, of course. We got the reveal via WWE Unreal last year that Chelsea almost won the Women's Royal Rumble last year, and she got outvoted at the last minute. So I think she makes more sense for a Money in the Bank winner, though.
Yeah. And it gets her away from the US title scene, which love Zelina Vega, favorite champion, favorite wrestler. But what are we doing with the US title if it's not on Chelsea Green low key? Same thing with Julia. What are we doing if it's not on Chelsea Green? Get Chelsea Green out of there. The title shouldn't be linked to her, kind of like R-Truth with the 24/7 title. You get what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't understand currently what they're doing with Julia. Yeah, it's not really hitting for me, man. I don't think this partnership with Kiana James has been good either. I just don't know what they're doing, but I digress.
Neither do they.
We also no, listen, man. maybe they'll figure it out along the way, man. And then we'll get the usual where the internet tells us to just be patient and what have you. It's a vicious cycle that I don't want to be a part of. We got another backstage segment with the New Day because they were complaining about Jey Uso coming out and declaring himself for the Royal Rumble because they thought there would be an open challenge for the tag titles. Instead, Pierce announced that there will be a fatal four-way for next week to set the next challengers for the WWE Tag Team Championship. I continue to be confused as to why the New Day are put in these segments and why they're not in ring more, why they're not doing more with them, especially after the heel turn that they had a year ago. I just don't quite get it. And I mean, this is an easy match to continue to revisit. Usos and New Day is a classic rivalry. There's no doubt there's going to be a good match. But I just don't understand what they're doing with the New Day at this point. Like, what's the direction? Like, what are we going with these guys?
They don't know. I don't know. And for the memes, I'm on WWE's side until Kofi grows his mustache back because it's very unsettling with that beard, man. A beard with no mustache is very unsettling. I don't like that. I don't like that. So I'm on WWE's side on this one because they don't know. I don't know. The Big E heel turn was money, and then you threw the money up in the air and lit it on fire somehow with a torch. So I don't know. So I'm just gonna say I'm on WWE's side until he grows back his mustache. I don't know. I don't know what they doing.
Look, man, it is diabolical to continue to come out there with this beard goatee combo that he's doing with no mustache. It is incredibly diabolical.
It's unsettling.
If that's the way to get heat on Kofi and get us to get out of here, go grow a mustache, then it's working.
Go grow a mustache. Phil Lindsey 2026.
Nah, grow your mustache back. I don't know what this is. It is very unsettling. But yeah, that is officially set. Grayson Waller is still with them for reasons that are unknown. Waller's another guy that I think that they should just set off on his own and let him do his thing. I don't know why he's still with New Day. One day we'll figure it out. But we got to some wrestling. I'm sure that's what you guys have been waiting to hear us talk about, some wrestling. And it was a fun match because we got Rey Mysterio, Dragon Lee, and Penta taking on the Vision, which was the team of Logan Paul, Bronson Reed, and Austin Theory. This was a fun one for me. What do you think of this match on a whole?
For a hot second, I was like, when did this match happen? I know I wrote it down. I did. I'm not gonna hold y'all.
It took us a minute to get there. It took us a minute to get from Becky Lynch to this match because there was
a lot of other
talking segments in it. Yes.
Listen, I don't hate the match. I don't hate the wrestling, but I'm not gonna lie. The most entertaining part about this match was Adam Pearce McFucking having it with everybody, especially Paul Heyman in the Vision. Honestly, if it was 2.5 hours of Adam Pearce being annoyed by Paul Heyman, I think I would have rather watched that. The match was fine. The brass knuckle shenanigans at the end was unnecessary, but hey, I guess. And I don't know. I have this thing where I'm like, if I feel there's too much shenanigans, I turn my brain off and choose to be sports entertained. So I feel like everything in this match, like, yeah, Rey Mysterio getting splashed by Bronson Reed was egregious, but I don't remember that. You know what I mean? Everything else around it was just kind of like, But I remember Adam Pearce being like, yo, Paul Heyman, I swear to God, if I could fight you right now, I would.
Yeah. I thought this match was a lot of fun. We got a lot of flippy lucha action here. Grande Americano and sorry, I just saw the Grande Americano thing pop up on my screen. Sorry. The Vision is still trying to find its legs and figure out what it is without Seth Rollins. I'm not sure if they quite did well in that aspect, but I did think that they worked well as a foil here for the Luchas. What a great reaction for Rey Mysterio. Rey is Rey, not shocked by that, but man, Penta continues to feel like a big star. He comes out there and he gets his stuff in. Dragon Lee is incredibly unappreciated, in my opinion. Underrated wrestler. I thought he was fantastic in this match as well. Bronson Reed, man. Bronson Reed was really the standout from the heels team, in my opinion. I thought that he worked very well with the Luchas. Um, I like to see more of him in these kind of matches. I like to see more of him just continue to do things as a singles wrestler. But this was the most fun I had with wrestling on this show. It wasn't a ton of wrestling on this show, and so maybe I finally got to this, and I was just like, "Ooh, what do you got any more of that wrestling? What,
I'm not. You got any more of that wrestling?
you got another cracker for me, sir?"
I will say this, and I don't like to give compliments or credits to that Paul feller, but I'm about to. If they really wanted to do something with the vision, there is a world where you had Logan Paul be the new leader. He's overconfident. He's cocky. He's braggadocious. He's too full of himself. Where Seth Rollins has been proven to back it up, you got this guy who just comes play up the interloper gimmick shtick. I think there's an absolute world, but the problem with that is Braun Breaker exists in the same group as Logan Paul. So that's a tough sell. That's a real tough sell. So I think they could have did that in this way when they eventually kick out Logan Paul, because that's definitely coming, or Braun Breaker is going to murderlize somebody. That's definitely coming too. You could have had that, but I digress. Listen, I don't care for Logan Paul, so I don't care what happens to that man.
Yeah, I have no interest in seeing him as the leader of this group. I still don't think he quite fits with the group. I don't know why it's not just the Bronze and Austin Theory.
Let's get Grayson Waller out of New Day and put him in Logan Paul's spot. But I don't want him to be with the New Day. Let me be clear here, okay?
Please no. Yeah. Please.
You don't want another Australian in the division?
No, please. Please don't put that on us. Towards the end of this match, we got the development that you were talking about. Pierce and Heyman getting into it outside the ring. At one point, Pierce is like, "Are you putting your finger in my face? Are you yelling at me?" And that led to some kind of interaction and a phone call for Adam Pierce. I don't know what that means. Like I said, it seems like Heyman called upper management on my guy, even though he wasn't doing anything, but trying to do his job. That little bit of a distraction set up Rey Mysterio to pick up the brass knuckles when the referee wasn't looking. Hits Austin Theory, picks up the win for his team. I don't know if we needed all of that, but I did enjoy this match a lot. I enjoyed this match probably the most out of all of the wrestling matches we got on this show. The Pierce and Heyman thing continued backstage. I assume that's going to develop into something where Heyman is again using his influence to get his way with the vision. I think that works if you have a definitive leader, though.
Yeah.
If you set Braun up as the definitive leader or the figurehead of this group, him using his favor to get things for the vision makes a lot more sense. I'm still not sure why they didn't just put the belt on Braun last year instead of putting the belt on CM Punk, but here we are.
Paul Heyman has this thing, right? So every 3 to 4 business months, you got to pile drive him through something. Paul is getting to that point again. Last time this happened, he was doing too much with the bloodline and they took him out. So now we getting here to the point again where, this happens with a lot of wrestling managers. Stokely Hathaway is getting to that point right now, but he's saved because he's doing good work and he's already in a wheelchair. But every wrestling manager got to go through a table, and it's coming around that time for Paul Heyman. I agree with you 1,000%. If Braun Breaker or if anyone was a definitive leader, sure. But now you calling my dad because I suspended a guy who hit me? Yo, like they said in chat, we got to do a bald be bald match. We got to run the fade, Paul Heyman, because now you're doing too much. You're doing too much again, Paul. Your group is in shambles. What are we doing? I live. I want Paul Heyman to bother him every week. Like, hi, what are you doing, Pierce? That's great for you. You're going to do it. I live for that. But yeah, it's about 3 business months where Paul Heyman got to get put through a table. Hey, it's just what it is, or else this is what happens.
Yeah. Will be interesting to see what comes of this development, but yeah, wasn't thrilled with the way that it spilled into the match. We got a few super chats here. We got one from Terry Allen Jr. He says Natalya and Maxxine lack the friendship development. Yeah, I don't think that there
Yeah.
was enough on-screen stuff with them and their friendship to really sell this portrayal. And I do think that that would have made it work better. It would have hit harder in front of the live crowd. But we really only got those vignettes where they were working out together when Maxine was champion. And so because of that, to your point, it didn't really have the oomph behind it that it needed.
No, it's real sad. It's real sad. I think if that was developed more, I agree with that. It's also one of those things too. I think they brought it up on commentary. All that hard work then Natalya was for what? Why did you do that? Like you just go beat her up anyway? Like stop. That's Natalya Natty. That's not nice. Stop.
Yeah, and we don't really have enough here to go on. We don't know why Natty did this. It just kind of
Mhm.
felt like, you know, going through the motions. It felt like we needed to get from point A to point B, and that's why I wasn't thrilled with the execution of this. But I think it will end up panning out in the long run for Natty if she gets to continue moving forward with the Loki legend.
I hope
Um,
so.
yeah. We got another super chat from Josh D from Connecticut. He says, "These motherfuckers spitting. Doesn't feel like they're doesn't it feel like they're hot shotting this AJ retirement, or is it just me? Yeah, and that's why I don't think that it's gonna happen at Royal Rumble. It just feels
Same.
too soon. Um, I know that they want to, really drum up the impact of AJ Styles' career and the potential for him to retire early in the year, especially coming straight out of the Cena retirement match. But I just don't buy that it's going to happen this soon.
Oh, I don't think so either. After we just talked about yeet meets meat, they're going to get every cent, every penny out of that. And he has to go and stare at the title in TNA I think in my hardest of hearts, there's a bucket list AJ Styles. I'm going to get a TNA world title run, just one more again because I can. Drop it there, come here, do something in WWE, and then retire. I don't see it happening until like August, the earliest.
Yeah. But to be fair, AJ Styles has only said that he's retiring in 2026. He didn't say when he was retiring. He didn't say he was going to work the entire year. So we don't know what this means.
True.
Yeah. We're gonna get the return of Braun Breaker next week. I'm sure that that's gonna play into the Royal Rumble, having him return the week of, and you're probably gonna be able to hype up him heading into the Royal Rumble. I'm
I don't
leery
know
to
what
say
we're doing here with that.
Yeah, yeah. I kind of feel like he's probably the most clear cut pick to win the men's rumble, because who else is there really?
Listen, anything's possible. Anything is possible with Triple H's. It's part of the show. All part of you're not entertained. Anything is possible. I don't know, man. I don't know. Grande Americano. Final answer.
Triple Henny is crazy, man. We're gonna
Bro, are you not entertained? Anything is possible. Triple H, Triple Henny. Instead of money, Henny.
But yeah, Braun Breaker will make his return to the show after he was suspended indefinitely. That was the development we got right after the trios match. After Adam Pearce got a phone call. We don't know we don't know who's on the phone. We don't know what Paul Heyman did to get this favor. But again, surely that will play into the Royal Rumble, and maybe that's going to play into the use of the Vision, helping Braun Breaker to pick up the win, because maybe they'll use the numbers game to help win the Rumble.
Who do you think he called?
Maybe we haven't heard a lot of emotion behind Shatter Machine. I know we at one point was talking about We were talking about like Oscar nominations and award season. Maybe The Rock is now free to come back. Maybe talk to the final boss.
Okay. Okay. I can see that. Yeah, it would have to be The Rock, because who else would you call? Because why would you call Triple H and he's sitting in Gorilla? I don't know. That would make sense. That makes the most sense, actually.
It has to be somebody with power, and it's got to be somebody that he had a relationship with fairly recently. So maybe it's the final boss. And yeah, but yeah, I still haven't even seen the Smashing Machine, by the way. There's a lot of hype going into the release of that movie, and there was a lot of talk of this being like the chance of The Rock winning an Oscar, but yeah, I never actually saw the movie.
I'm fake, so yeah, don't ask me if I've seen any wrestling media outside of wrestling. I won't lie, I'm fake. I'll tell you, I'm fake. Did I read this book? Nope. Did I watch the documentary? Hell no. I want to keep kayfabe alive. I don't want to see Dark Side of the Ring. I don't want to know the truth.
Keep lying to Cresta, apparently.
Honestly, truly, I like that version of y'all better.
Yeah, so I think The Rock makes the most sense. Other than that, I'm not sure, because if it's Triple H, why would Triple H do a favor for Paul Heyman? What incentive does he have to do that?
What incentive does The Rock have to do a favor for Paul Heyman? That's what I'm still confused about. Like, even if it is, like, why would he help Paul Heyman?
Yeah, I don't know. I've seen some people in the chat say that it could be Brock that he had on the phone, but Brock doesn't really have the influence to make.
Yeah.
Yeah, he don't have the influence to make Pierce reinstate Braun Breaker this close to the Royal Rumble, unless he just called and threatened him. But that's a bit far fetched.
Yeah, I'm gonna just let it happen. I'm gonna see what's gonna happen. I want to see what's gonna happen.
Yeah. Right after that, we got some more talking segments, because I know that's what you guys wanted.
There was only 3 matches on this card, as a matter of fact. What?
Yeah, and then it seems like we got a bit of a work in one of the segments as well. But we got Rhea Ripley and Io hitting the ring to promote their match coming up for Saturday Night Main Event against the team of Liv Morgan and Roxanne Perez. This was the usual WWE promo fare. Rhea came out. They did the usual catchphrases. Liv came out and talked about how she's excited for the chance to challenge for the title because Raquel Rodriguez took out Stephanie Vaquer. She's got to be in the making for the next challenger. So at this point, Judgment Day has the chance to win both the women's tag titles and the world titles moving forward. But this was really nothing special. It was really the usual copy and paste WWE standard promo segment. It was filler. That's the best way you can describe it. It was filler.
Everybody looked great. I liked everybody's outfits. That's my main takeaway. And Liv Morgan going, wow, 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 wow. That's like you said, I've seen this promo from all 4 of these ladies a bunch of times, very respectfully.
Yeah. Liv doing the wah, 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 wah when she was getting ready to charge and hit Rhea while she was on the ropes. Was pretty funny.
I don't care. Like, yo, Liv, why are you being a 3rd grade bully? That's funny.
Yeah. Liv, of course, played up her history with Rhea as well in this, where she tried to warn Io Sky that, yeah, when it comes down to it, if Rhea has a chance to look out for herself, she's only going to look out for herself. She's going to always turn on her tag team partner, just like she did to me. And she got another point, because Rhea did do that, and Rhea really never got comeuppance for doing that. So she is right. But I don't know. I don't really buy into the idea that Rhea would take it that far and go off on her own. I do think that coming out of the Rumble. They will be still a team. I would prefer it if any match was happening at WrestleMania because I think that they moved on too fast from it.
Mm-hmm.
What happened to the whole story that Rhea hasn't been able to beat Io Sky? Obviously,
We're friends.
obviously when Naomi cashed in, they had to move on to something else because Naomi was champion. But I thought that by now we get back on match, go back to trying to win a one-on-one match against Io. I hope that that's happening at WrestleMania. We haven't gotten much pointing in that direction, but again, we haven't had much of a direction for what the big women's matches will be for WrestleMania in general. So maybe we'll get some stuff between Rhea and Io and the Rumble, but I wish we had gotten more of that by now. It's kind of a disappointment that we haven't.
Yeah. To go back to the Liv Morgan thing, though, right quick. Liv, yeah, you can say that she turned her back on me, and I agree. She never got comeuppance from Judgment Day. Like, the most comeuppance you got is Liv turned Dominic Mysterio against you. But even then, that was Stockholm Syndrome because you was choking that man out every week. That being said, after Rhea Ripley beat you up, Liv Morgan, you became women's champion. You won. You lost every match up until you beat Ronda Rousey. So I mean, if the trade-off is getting beat up by Rhea and then becoming champion, hey, that's not a bad trade-off. Hey, you do your big one. As far as Io and Rhea, how do you turn Rhea Ripley heel? That is the $1 million question right now. She's over like Becky Lynch back in the day, bloody nose, being the man. She could go out there and say, you all suck. And you know what the crowd's gonna do? Yeah, we suck. Yeah, she's right. We suck. You're a bunch of marks. Yeah, my name is Mark too. My name is Mark with a C. Yeah, you can't turn her heel. Like they're not gonna boo her. She right now is Kevin Owens untouchable. Kevin Owens came out there and cussed us out one time, and we were all like, yeah, he's right. We're done. We're stupid. We're Americans. Hey, he's right. So that's the problem with Rhea versus Io. Those are two baby faces, and you can't turn Io heel, and you can't turn Rhea heel.
Yeah, I don't see that happening anytime soon. We're not getting a heel Rhea Ripley anytime soon.
Hell no.
But yeah, moving on from that, we got Grande Americano. Sorry. Skip, there was another backstage segment because that's exactly what you guys want us to talk more about on this show. Backstage segments. But we did get a backstage segment before this match. Bayley and Lyra Valkyria were backstage. Bayley was pacing back and forth. And this is probably the closest we've gotten to going back to that whole split personality gimmick that they were doing at one point last year. Lyra was saying that she wasn't as confident about their chances as she was coming into this year. They've been on a losing streak. I assume that's also going to play out into the Rumble. They both will be taking part in the Women's Rumble. They've got to figure out what this is and move forward. If they're just setting this up for Bayley to turn on Lyra, at this point they're dragging it. If they're not just going to be a tag team, please just get to the point.
Yeah, I don't mind Bayley being crazy because I think there's a world where Bayley loses her mind and she starts coming out as her old gimmick, or she starts coming out as other people's gimmicks and like, yo, what are you doing? You're Bayley. You're not Maxxine Dupri. What are you? This is not even your music, bro. Like, what's happening? I could see a world where that happens, or she starts impersonating Lyra to show Lyra how to be Lyra, and Lyra's like, bro, that's gimmick infringement, brother. What are you doing? You know, I could see something like that. But like you said, if this is just to turn on Lyra, come on, wrap this up already.
Get to it. It's been long overdue. We're going to get into Grande Americano versus Javon Evans. And
there are so many reasons to check out NordVPN.com/Fightful. Let's go through a ton of them. Works on all operating systems and devices, even your router. Protect yourself on public Wi-Fi. Shield your data from snoops and criminals. Add extra layers of digital security to your life with the Password Manager, the file encryption tool, the Threat Protection Pro. It's the fastest VPN in the world. They've got a global server network, 24/7 tech support, and if you're a wrestling fan, oh man, are you in for it? All of the programs that WWE runs, you can watch with one Netflix account with nordvpn.com/Fightful. You can get pay-per-views at a much more affordable price. This service pays for itself in the money that you are going to save. nordvpn.com/Fightful.
Damn, Sean went to business for himself on you, Phil.
Yeah, I don't know what just happened there. It's like I clicked the ad and it was like, yeah. Ah.
That is top 10 vocal stems.
And now. But yeah, we got the matchup after this. Javon Evans took on Grande Americano. Of course, he's got wins over the other two guys that are running around with him, Rayo and Bravo Americano. So he's looking to go 3 for 3, picking up a win over the leader of this group. So far, so good to start this match. I thought it was a standard fare. Javon Evans, man, what a guy. I mean, he looks impressive every time we see him out there. The match was pretty much straightforward. And then we went to commercial break, and then we came back. We got the announcement that Javon is not clear to continue. So Grande Americano picked up the win. I'm not sure what happened here. It looked like Javon was favoring his shoulders and like his upper chest area. So it seemed like it was a shoulder injury. I'm not sure what to make of that. I'm not sure if this was a work or a way to move the match forward. I'm not sure what would be the objective if you were trying to work us by doing that. But very abrupt ending to this match. And because we didn't get a ton of wrestling on this show, it was pretty disappointing. I was like, dang, and we were finally getting somewhere with a match. And Javon Evans is a guy that I wanted to see, and we didn't even get a full match.
That's why I thought there was only 3 matches, because I was like, damn, like, there's only 3 matches. No, I forgot that Javon Evans started going on with Grande Americano. I was actually into this match. R.I.P. Chad Gable. He not dead, but they dead took his gimmick because they're doing this Grande Americano thing. It's so stupid, but it's so good, man. Now they got names. It's not like that's fake Grande. No, that's Bravo Americano. That's, man, so silly. I hope Javon Evans is okay. I hope maybe just a little sore shoulder. I hope it's not a collarbone. Knock on wood, beads and rice, because that's not it. But I hope he's okay. I hope he can recover speedy, because I don't think, after seeing the Moose injury angle, that's an injury angle. This one, they weren't trying to pants him, because if you watch it on Netflix or whatever it is, they weren't pants him. They would just had the Americanos jaw jacking. So I hope it's just like, oh, ouchie, me army, and that's it. Allah Buddha Jesus. I hope this young man is okay.
Yeah. Likewise, I hope Javon is okay. Again, I've seen people saying that this could be a work, but it didn't really have the.
It didn't give work.
Of a work to me. It kind of felt like something happened here, just a freak accident. Hopefully, it's not a serious injury. But again, Grande Americano picked up the win here. I thought it was some solid in-ring action. The match had really started getting going until it was abruptly ended, unfortunately. We got the Kabuki Warriors backstage. Kyrie continues her abusive relationship with Asuka.
That's exactly what I wrote.
Still blaming Kyrie. Yeah, Kyrie is still going through it with Asuka. Asuka is still blaming Kyrie for losing the tag titles to Rhea and Io. But we got the official announcement here that both Asuka and Kyrie will be in the Women's Royal Rumble match. Kyrie makes it known that she will do everything she needs to do to make sure that Asuka wins the Royal Rumble this year, and Asuka gets her vengeance after everything that happened between her and Rhea and Io.
Yeah, we gonna need a crisis counselor. She's in crisis. We gotta get her up out of there, pal. Do you watch anime, Phil, by any chance? Before I make this reference, bro, boom. You know what this relationship is? She is Queen Beryl from Sailor Moon yelling at them girls in the Negaverse, and Kari is old girl from My Hero who's obsessed with the blood and Midoriya. I'll do anything to make you happy. Yeah, nah, dogs. Kari's gonna stab people. I don't want it in the Royal Rumble. I'm undeclaring myself. You got it.
Yeah, no, what? Yeah, I don't know. That makes her a Zoisite or another one of those like minions for Queen Beryl.
Nah, not one of the minions. She's like, this is the High General, because one of the minions would have been done by the end of the first match when she lost the first time. Like, get her out of here.
But yeah, this was more, promotion for the Women's Royal Rumble match, more to advance the stuff between the Kabuki Warriors and a potential reigniting the feud with Rhea and Io. Then we got the main event. Ireland's own Finn Balor took on the best in the world, CM Punk, for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. This is an interesting development coming out of this. I don't know if you remember what initially, when the rumors were swirling that CM Punk was going to come back to WWE, one of the first people that said they wanted to wrestle CM Punk was Finn Balor. And so we're finally come all the way back around. Finn Balor is getting that match. He's back in the world title picture. Judgment Day is in a tough spot with Dominic being out injured. JD McDonough is also out injured. So you really need to do something with Finn to move him forward. I kind of got vibes that we could be eventually turning Finn in this match as well, which I wouldn't be mad at all. When Finn did his return to NXT for the anniversary show last year, and he came out with the leather jacket, and he did his usual interest in everything, I was like, when do we get back to this Finn Balor? This guy was a lot of fun, and he never really got the world title run and everything that I thought he should have during that time. I'm ready to just get babyface Finn Balor back, personally.
Honestly, yeah. I think the Judgment Day, besides people being injured, has been riddled with stop-start storylines. Is Finn going to turn on them? Is Roxy an interloper? Is Liv going to turn on them? So I think that doesn't help either. But you could see it, like you said, tonight. I popped like a pimple when his old music hit. Oh, man, I want to get back to that. But I think the problem with that is kind of like Shinsuke Nakamura, because Shinsuke, we accept it now that you're just going to lose. That's just what they're going to do to you. I think if you make him babyface again, we got to put Finn in the winning column. And right now, they're too busy at the top with CM Punk, Cody Rhodes, Roman Reigns, and there's another person, Seth Rollins. They're too busy with those guys at the top to even really give Finn Balor a shot. And yeah, Vince is gone, but the I want big sweaty men still is prevalent. And Finn Balor, while he is a sweaty man, he is not a big sweaty man. So that sucks. Yeah. That sucks. I do wish they would stop middling around with them in the Judgment Day, because I thought this match was fantastic. I thought, first of all, why was Ireland singing Zombie? I know the Cranberries is Sunday, but but his GTS tonight was great. Not GTS, his coup de grace was great. Kicking out of a GTS, nobody does that. I, for a split second, believed, or they're just going to DQ and have a run-in, but I think it is time to turn Finn face, but Finn has to win. And if he doesn't, we're going to put him in the Shinsuke thing. Oh, okay, I see you're out here, but you're going to put a good match on, but you're about to lose, so.
Yeah, very partisan crowd for Finn Balor. Of course, it's his home country. He got a great reaction when he came out. Little bit of smattering of boos for CM Punk, especially at the beginning of the match when they first started to lock up, because this crowd was on Finn Balor's side. They wanted that title change. Like, this is their guy. I I thought that in that regard, Finn Balor worked pretty well here. He didn't work as heelish as he's been working recently. There's multiple things he did here that really gave me the vibe of babyface Finn Balor, and
Mhm.
I did enjoy that. Like you said, we got a few spots here where a little bit the pace was a bit off. Like Punk isn't Punk has never been the most explosive or athletic guy, but now he's older, so he's a tad slower than he even when he used to be, and you can see that here. You can see that in some of his other matches recently, and that bogged down bits of the match. But overall, I did think that this match was fantastic. The big shotgun drop kicks into the corner to set up the coup de grace. Coup de grace is a protected finish, guys. We rarely see people kick out of it. So
That part.
when Punk did kick out of it, that did feel like a big moment here. And this crowd was so ready for the title change. They wanted to see Finn Balor win, that it did hit the way it was supposed to. Um, the pace getting into setting up another coup de grace and Punk hitting the GTS, like you said, getting more ovations than this for Balor when Balor kicked out of the GTS. I thought that was great. But yeah, this was a fun overall match. Or to a show that didn't have a ton of wrestling on it. Yeah, but this was Raw. Everybody send in your super chats. Last call for super chats and humper chats so we can get up out of here. Yeah, like you said, overall it was an okay Raw. I just think they've got to figure the pacing out, man. It's just some of this.
Yeah.
It's just too much talking segments, too many ads, and just get to the wrestling, man. Sometimes I'm just like, can we get some more action here? Like, get to the wrestling.
I have to remind myself when I watch WWE especially that this is not a show about wrestling. This is a show about a wrestling promotion that sometimes features wrestling. And that's okay too, but I kind of want to see some wrestling because you've got all these problems where you've got people, well, there's no one to challenge so-and-so. Put them on TV, pace things better. Like the long out, drawn out Maxxine, Dupri getting beat up, that could have been cut to maybe a minute, maybe 30 seconds, a hot 30. You know, there are things you could do, but if you're going to be a story-driven wrestling promotion, the stories then have to be good. The stories then have to make sense, and you can't stop the stories because you've got the athletes, you've got the players, but you can't bring up anyone new if we never see them. I feel like this is the most I've seen Maxxine Dupri. Even God bless Akira Tozawa, one of the best wrestlers on the roster, but you would never know that because he's always getting ragdolled. If it wasn't for 205 Live and I'm as old as a dinosaur remembering him and Cedric Alexander, I would think he was just a jobber to the stars. That was Chad Gable for a while. Chad Gable, Shorty G. If you're going to do story and comedy, at least follow up with it. Look at literally Grande, Los Americanos was literally the evolution of thank you. And now look at it. It literally takes someone else to just run with it. And even if it's comedy, people are interested. So you can do it, even if it's comedy, carny, whatever, but you've got to follow up with it. And I think that's the problem with WWE right now. I love them. I thought this show was great too. I really enjoyed that last match. Let me not say I thought the show was great. That's a lie. I did say I was a liar. I thought the show was fine. But, I would like more wrestling, even if it's a squash match, let me see somebody new. Get local talent. Y'all do that no more either, huh?
Yeah, I agree. I think for the amount of wrestling we got here, if the backstage segments and the story building that they were doing around it was more compelling, it would have been harder to complain about that because we did get that a lot with like SmackDown and the Bloodline era where the Bloodline segments would take up a lot of SmackDown and then we get some matches sprinkled in. But the Bloodline segments were so good, it was easy to forgive that sometimes. And I don't think like a lot of the segments on the show were that good to really make me look past the fact that there wasn't a ton of wrestling.
No, that part. Again, if it's good, okay. But I also do think it's egregious that within 2 hours, 3 hours, even with the injury to Javon, that you only had 4 matches. No backup matches? No, you don't got a roster. You literally have a roster. What's happening?
Yes. We got a note here from Sean. He says, Javon Evans claimed to Fightful. He got checked on. Says he appears okay. He could be just saying that to calm them down, but that was the claim. So yeah, so far so good. Maybe it was just injury scare in the midst of the match, and they just wanted to take the precaution and not allow him to get back in the ring until they really checked it out, saw what was wrong. And so that's good news. Hopefully, hopefully Javon is okay and he'll be back in action next week.
Yeah, we just got a humper chat for that last match, Phil.
We got humper chat here from Walzik. I think I'm pronouncing that correctly. He says, well, I have to admit, when I'm wrong, I predicted Triple H would give us a stupid Judgment Day interference spot, but we actually got a one-on-one match. Thank you, Triple H. Yeah, I'm glad that we got a straightforward match. We didn't need any shenanigans here. Afterwards, we did the usual show of respect between Finn Balor and CM Punk. CM Punk raised Finn Balor's hand. The crowd in Ireland rejoiced. Cut the credits. Average. It was pretty solid. Average episode of Raw overall. My gripes aside about the lack of wrestling, it was entertaining for what it was. We do got some more stuff coming up tonight. SRS will be bringing you the Fightful Awards later tonight. Stay tuned for that on this very YouTube channel. Also, we'll be having SRS 10 on Fightful Select coming soon, where Sean breaks down AJ Styles and for AJ Styles versus Daniels and Samoa Joe's triple threat match. It seems like it's going to be a thing where Sean breaks down all the matches that he thinks are perfect 10 for 10. So check that out. That's going to be a new addition to Fightful Select very soon. I believe that is all of our humper chats. That's all of our super chats. So this is where we bid you guys adieu. Early wrestling is always...
Oh, sorry.
I was just going to say, early wrestling is always a good thing. Yeah, the rest of your night to do with as you please. I don't know what you're planning to do, but hopefully it's a good one. This has been Fightful's Post Show. I'm Phil Lindsey. Cresta, what do you got to tease for the folks for the rest of this week?
Guys, this week, Investigations will be coming out. The new episode is called Who the Fuck is Mark? So please give that a look and a listen. It's going to be the longest one so far. All of the ones have been average about 7 minutes. This was about 15. I had a time was had. I don't know if a good time was had, but until then, follow me on all forms of social media. Cresta Star, CRESTA except for X, where it is Cresta the Star, like Megan Thee Stallion. Your butt looks nice. I hope you find $20 on the floor. Phil, you got anything that's promote and whatnot?
No, not really. We've got a new episode of Grapsity coming this Saturday, noon Eastern, on this very YouTube channel. Check that out. Me and Righteous Reg will be back for that. But yeah, that's about it. Saturday Night Main Event will be coming to you live this Saturday as well. Sure, there will be some coverage for that here on this YouTube channel as well. But this has been Phil. This has been Cresta. We're out of here.